Shoulder abduction MMT. The patient should be seated on the table with the table lowered so the patient's feet are touching the ground. The therapist should be standing behind the patient and stabilizing the ipsilateral shoulder during passive motion. To properly test MMT, the therapist passively takes the patient through the motion they want the patient to perform and says, "This is the motion I want you to do." Then the therapist palpates the primary muscle being activated. For shoulder abduction, this is the middle delt. While the therapist palpates, the patient actively performs the motion. If the patient is able to complete full active range of motion, resistance should be applied. Have the patient hold their arm in 90 degrees of abduction. The therapist should stabilize the shoulder while applying a force to the patient's humerus directly perpendicular and proximal to the elbow joint. Instruct the patient to hold strong, don't let me move you. Apply force gradually for a total of 3 to 5 seconds. If there is no break, this is considered a grade 5. If the patient breaks slightly, then is able to hold, this is considered a grade 4. If the patient can complete full active range of motion, yet breaks immediately and is unable to hold against any resistance, the muscle is a grade 3. If the patient is unable to complete full active range of motion, testing should continue in a gravity minimized position. The gravity minimized position for shoulder abduction is supine. The process is the same as the first position, but the therapist is now supporting the weight of the patient's arm while the patient completes the motion. The therapist palpates the muscle belly throughout the available motion. If the patient is able to get through both passive and active motion equally, then this is a grade 2. If there is just a muscle twitch, this is a grade 1, and if there's nothing, it's a grade 0.